Okay.
I have with me this morning Barbara Lepani. Barbara's story is in Bold, Brave and Bloody Brilliant. And so I thought Barbara's an incredibly interesting woman. I think that you'll agree with me once you read her story. And Barbara calls herself a social and cultural innovation animateur. What does that mean?
Well, my background is in innovation studies with technology, but now I'm working in the creative arts sector. So it's all about how you make things happen. So animate, how you animate activities, projects, create circumstances for artists to flourish. It's the behind the scenes work that enables the arts sector to flourish and support the community.
That's right. And your background is, when I read your story, I was amazed because, I mean, you've studied Buddhism, you were on a retreat in France for 3 years.
Yes, that's right.
And you have one thing that absolutely drives you, and what is it?
It's about what it means to know. I've been always curious about different ways of knowing. I think when I look back on life, that's been the sort of guiding principle of all of my journeys is an interest in trying to understand ways of knowing that are outside my cultural upbringing. And that's led me into Tibetan Buddhism. It's led me into working with Jilpi Bob Randall on Aboriginal culture in the publication of his book Songman. And it's now led me into working with the Blue Mountains Creative Arts Network on what does the meaning of the songlines tradition of Aboriginal culture, what does that mean for contemporary creative arts practice? So, here living in the greater Blue Mountains in the middle of a World Heritage Site, it seems to me it's the perfect place to explore this intersection between the way we relate to country and our ancient cultural heritage and the creative arts sector.
And that gets you leaping out of bed in the morning?
It does, because there are many different threads to this story, and because now we're in the middle of the COVID pandemic, it's raised a whole lot of questions again about what does it mean to be with one another, what is it that gets everybody up in the morning, what's the reevaluation of the meaning of life, and and in the face of COVID, we're also still looking at the climate change scenarios. So there are many things I think that people of my generation, when we look back on our life, we have deep reflection about this because we've shaped this world. And what kind of a world are we leaving to our grandchildren?
Fantastic. What a great answer. Fantastic. Barbara, thank you very, very much for your time. And look, when you read Barbara's story, you won't be able to put it down. This woman has done everything. She's been, well, I won't tell you, just read it.